2001 was a wild time for Nike. Japan specifically was getting some of the rarest colorways like the Mita and Stash collabs. The Air Max 95 is known for its layered mesh and gradient fade, similar representing the human anatomy of ribbed layers. Guys, get ready because this one is special. Today, we're working on a pair of Air Max 95s that came in all the way from the Philippines, original box and all. And this is your reminder, RestoreKicks is not just nationwide, it's worldwide. So wherever you are watching from, yes, I do accept shipments. When these arrived, the midsoles were completely done. No saving them. This pair needed a full midsole swap to have any chance at life again. But what really made this project hit different was the story behind it. The client is a school counselor who runs an Instagram page where he wears his sneakers to school to bring joy to the kids he works with every day. So being trusted to bring this pair back, that truly means a lot to me. And from there, it was time to get to work. Every serious restoration starts with prep. This is the make or break moment. If the prep is not clean and precise, the restoration is already compromised. So I had to carefully remove all the old factory glue and crumbled midsole from the uppers and outsoles, getting everything perfectly ready for the next phase. So because those midsoles were dust, they're no longer, we can't just reglue these shoes. The client had to send in a donor. Not just any donor, he wanted a donor that had the same color air units. And this took him some time to find this donor, but he came across it. It's got the yellow air units. It's got the same tooling, pretty much. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of fitment with my Dremel tool, but besides that, it's gonna fit overall, and it's gonna be great. This is going to be freaking awesome. Let's take these apart. I'm using my donor separation oven to help me and assist taking these apart. Let's go downstairs and throw these guys in there. Let's do it. And just like that, the shoes are headed to the oven. Don't worry, it was already preheated. I let them sit for about 20 minutes to soften everything up. Then it was time to carefully start taking them apart. You'll notice me using a syringe here. Inside is acetone, which helps break down factory glue. Fun fact, most sneaker glue already contains acetone, which is exactly why this works so well. Now, before I was able to invest in better equipment, I used to literally pour acetone straight into the shoe and let it sit to loosen everything up. Once the uppers were fully separated, I moved on to the outsoles, repeating that same careful process. And of course, I made sure to remove the bottom tab from the midsole because we will be reinstalling the original tab later in the restoration, so stay tuned. Now, we finally have the donors apart. They came apart a lot easier than I expected, but I'm not even gonna try to hide it. That happened. So it's not the biggest deal ever. What I'm gonna do is just put some glue underneath there, clamp that back down, and then we'll Dremel over it. In the meantime, we're gonna Dremel this one. It did happen just a little bit right there, but that's not as big of a deal as I guess this would be. But hey, that just goes to show you must be very careful, and you need to be very careful when taking apart donors and not just rip them apart carelessly, because this could happen. And if I made one error, this could have went horribly wrong. But luckily I didn't. So let's go ahead and prep these midsoles. Let's do it. Before these go into the Dremel box, I'm going to touch up those small areas that got ripped while I was taking apart the donors. Now we've got one donor fully prepped, as you saw. You can see the difference. One is cleaned and ready. The other still has that old factory glue sitting on it. And honestly, here's where it gets real. I actually have to go deeper than you'd think to make sure the donor midsole fits the original upper the right way. But the catch is if I go too far, I can pop the air unit and ruin the whole donor. So this part is patience, light pressure, right speed, and a lot of control. Because the last thing I want to do is destroy a midsole my client worked hard to track down. The time has come to repaint these midsoles. How did I make this custom matched paint? As you guys can see here, or not, I don't know if you can see it very well. Right here, last night, I pre-mixed that custom matched paint. There's a person at my front door. It's the mail guy. It's a good guy. It's a real good guy. Anyways, so we pre-matched that paint yesterday. How did I do it? I started with this base coat right here. Raw Umber is what it's called. 458 Raw Umber was my starting base coat. And it gave me actually a really nice starting point to match this color. So I used this picture right here as a little bit of a reference, but I also had the crumbled remnants of the midsole here physically in person that I was looking at. The crumbled midsole was way more brown it looks more rich than the photo, right? It looks a little more like it has a purplish hue to it, just a little bit. But I messaged the client to make sure what he wants, right? I messaged him. I wanted to know exactly what he wants. This isn't the first time something like this has happened. I work on so many original Nikes, Jordans, and not all the time with the Nikes specifically are there really high quality HD photos for me to match that paint depending on the shoe. And depending on the shoe, it may not have a midsole when it comes in. So I'm really just doing my best guessing. But I've done this so much, so I really know how to sort of get the best quality, the best color that the client wants. I don't know how I do it. I don't have magic ratios I use. I couldn't tell you if I use 3 drops of this, 4 drops of that, 5 drops. Like, I just sort of go and go and go until I match it, right? But the colors I used Concord, a few drops of this, maybe 3 to 4 drops, and then some white paint to lighten that color up. And that brought me to this beautiful mixed match that we got. I sent it to the client. He's super happy with the look. Now we just got to apply it on these midsoles. Last night I went ahead and applied a white base coat to the midsoles, as you can see, so our paint sticks and applies how it should, and it's going to pop how it should and look how it should. With that being said, let's go ahead and apply this paint through our airbrush. Let's do it. One of the most important steps in any midsole repaint is making sure the paint sprays clean through the airbrush. So before anything, I run my paint through a 190 micron filter to keep everything flowing smooth. From there, we always start light, thin, even layers, and slowly build the color up. You never want to lay down paint heavy. We're going for clean, factory level results. And I gotta be honest, as that color came together, this is usually the moment where it starts to feel real for me. Because the whole time I'm working on these, I'm thinking about my client, walking into that school one day, wearing this pair again, and the conversations it's going to spark with those kids. That part right there, that means everything to me. Now we're in the final stretch. It's time for the glue work. I use barge super stick cement. That's one of the most common questions I get asked. Yes, you can find it on Amazon. Applying thin layers, even layers to every surface that's going to be bonded, let it cure properly, and then begin the bonding process. And honestly, this is the hardest step of the entire restoration. Because this is contact cement, once it grabs, it's not moving. So this part takes real patience and precision as I carefully, literally rebuild the shoe piece by piece, just like it left the factory. And after a lot of time, focus, and care, here's how they came out. These came in crumbled, unwearable, basically done for. But now, they're fully wearable again for years to come. Clean glue lines, smooth midsole finish, yellow donor air units tying back into the original look. Everything came together exactly how I hoped. And knowing these are heading back to a school where they're going to put smiles on kids' faces, that's what makes it all worth it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. So you tell me, how do you think these came out? I am really happy, and I want to know what you guys think in the comments too. Please let me know. Through the prep work, taking these apart, the repaint, which honestly wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, matching that color to the original look of the shoes. It wasn't as bad. We were able to make this happen for my client all the way in the Philippines. And not only is this his pair, he sent me a pair of Human Torch Air Max 95s prior to this, which are now back on his feet. I'll pop a picture up right there. He's a super great guy. You guys check out his Instagram page. He's a school counselor, amazing collection of shoes, super, super great guy, kind guy. I'm so happy he trusts me with his shoes, his collection that he cares so much about. That's one thing I'll forever be grateful for, and I start to realize more as I grow in my business that the fact that people trust me to send their shoes, not only in the country, but across the world, to be restored, hats off to you guys. I mean, like, I couldn't appreciate it more. I always try to do my due diligence and be as transparent as possible to make sure everyone feels as comfortable as they can with sending me their shoes, right? Because I've heard countless stories of other people taking shoes, bad work done. I've heard the whole nine. You don't get that with me. You get honest, transparent, quality work, and that's what I'm about. And I know that's what's going to take me to where I want to go. And if you guys want to see more of that, drop a like, subscribe, comment, let me know. I love reading the comments. I love seeing new subscribers and likes. And I will catch you guys in the next video.